What's good, guys? Prince Sports here. Let's talk Lakers for a minute, okay? They lose a game that they're supposed to win. There is no Kevin Durant. There is no Kyrie Irving. It's just James Harden and a bunch of role players beating a Lakers team that got two All Stars and future Hall of Famers. And you guys can't even beat a Brooklyn Nets team without all of their star power. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? That definitely says a lot, man. And LeBron James, he had a good game stat wise, but again, those stats go useless. They go wasted. Wasted stats basically because you shouldn't even be in a dogfight with a Brooklyn Nets team that don't get their full equipment and don't get their best player on the floor. James Harden hasn't even been playing like an MVP this season. And yet you guys find a way to lose to James Harden and Patty Mills outplaying Westbrook and LeBron. Now the game got tied and, it just went AWOL from there. You had Westbrook, I believe he got his triple-double. Again, another wasted stat. So Westbrook gets a triple-double. LeBron gets 39 plus points. And still he can't make it out to win a game against the Brooklyn Nets? I mean, something needs to be done big time to fix this Lakers team. And it's not that these guys are bad players because, like I said, they're future Hall of Famers. And you got a guy like Westbrook who's an all-star basketball player. And now it just comes down to what are you going to do to trade Westbrook? So once you do that and you figure out a way to at least get somewhat decent to fix this team, I understand AD's not playing, but you still got two All-Stars out there. That still should be more than enough with your role players to beat a depleted Brooklyn Nets team. That should be more than enough. And yet they still can't get the job done. So that just goes to show you that, you know, lot needs to be done with this Lakers team. LeBron James has been putting up a lot of big number stats in his past few games on his 5-game losing streak, but yet it's still not enough. So that just goes to show you one or two things: the team's still not connecting on the right level, or they doing what they did to LeBron in 2019. Is the team is just completely turning their back on him. Now I haven't been paying attention to the media much, but maybe you could fill me in on the gaps. Are they throwing the teammates under the bus? If they're coming up with this, LeBron is great, the teammates suck excuse, but these guys are professional basketball players, all been countless time All-Stars, future Hall of Famers, and realistically, when you're fully healthy, you're playing with two other All-Stars and you still can't get the job done. Um, yeah, that's problematic. You're already hearing rumors of trade Anthony Davis, trade Westbrook. These guys are All-Stars. I guarantee you, if they were to get traded, they'd be much better on another team, and they'd start looking like the top 5 players on the other team. And this is a guy in Anthony Davis who you couldn't win a championship without in 2020. No Anthony Davis, you don't win a championship. Now, that has to be addressed. The reason why Anthony Davis hasn't been Anthony Davis, I believe, is because he's been in street clothes for the most part. Okay? The fact that he's not on a steady roster, he's not playing basketball enough, says a real lot, man. The guy is definitely the definition of not being healthy and not being able to stay on the basketball court. Availability is very important. If you can't do that, you're not going to get that far in basketball. And that's the problem with the Lakers, man. They need to get right with health, and they need to find a system, that works. Because there's no way you should be losing to a Brooklyn Nets team that's depleted. James Harden was cooking them boys from, for probably the jump for the most part. LeBron James was playing solid. He was moving without the ball. He was doing a lot of good things in this game, but yeah, that's not enough, okay? If all these stats LeBron is putting up and it's not helping out to winning, it's useless, okay? I keep telling you, a lot of these high-scoring games from LeBron are just because he has the ball in his hands. But this time is a little different. This time he was moving without the ball a little bit and still put up big numbers. And still his team can't win. So they got to come up with something. And they need to come up with something fast before they find themselves not even in the playoffs. Prince Sports out. Peace.